8 p.m. on a Saturday, Boston, Massachusetts.
Guys, I got some news, some terrible news. We got a huge problem.
I feel like we could do a podcast, and it would be a million times better than whatever that drivel was we were listening to.
What the hell is a podcast?
What is that? The future of radio. You jabronis.
Heyo, and welcome to the Always Sunny Cast. I'm your co-host, Eric.
And I'm co-host Ross.
And this is the podcast where we go through Always Sunny in Philadelphia, episode by episode, scene by scene. We break it all down, we discuss it, we talk about it, we look up references, we read you Wikipedia pages, and we have a good time doing it.
That's right, Eric. We have a good time doing it.
Ross, before we jump into this really awesome episode, real quick up top, I got an email I got sent here.
Oh, okay.
This is from...
First time hearing of it.
Yeah, I don't really like to tell you anything. I like to spring it on you.
Why is that?
I like to keep it close to the chest. I don't know. I just I don't like to spill my guts.
All right. Well, spill them now.
All right. So this is from Gareth from Tacoma, Washington, and he says that he was one of our accidental downloads when the Always Sunny podcast came out.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, apologies. And he then caught up, and he's been, for some reason, loving what we've been doing so far. I don't know.
So far. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, up until the newest episode. So good track record, I guess. He caught up.
It's 100%.
But he does have some observations and omissions and some corrections here. So real quickly here. So in the episode Bums Making a Mess All Over the City, you refer to Al Pacino's Serpico as a fictional character. However, this is not the case. Frank Serpico was a real NYPD detective who was instrumental in exposing widespread corruption in the police force in the 1970s. And the movie is fantastic, and he recommends it. I know what's funny is I look stuff up. I totally missed that.
No, I don't know. It's so long ago I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I did not see any. I totally missed that it's a real character. So yeah. So
yeah, it's a true story. Or it's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story, yeah.
Cool.
So just apologies to the family of Serpico for thinking he's a fictional character.
Serpico and Sons.
Serpico and Sons. What a name, Serpico.
I know, it's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, and he recommends the movie. I probably won't watch it. I don't know. I just can't get into those types of movies. I don't know what it is.
Like mobster crime stuff.
Mobster adjacent or corruption kind of stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't interest me as much as action.
Yeah, just straight action. Yeah, exactly. This is interesting here too. So he says, in the most recent episode on Mack's Big Break, you were wondering who Dennis might be channeling when he does his crazy Two Wars.
Oh, okay.
Two Wars voice. I don't know if it was intentional or not, and I've never seen anyone else say this, but to me, it sounds like he's imitating the legendary music interviewer Nardwuar. He sounds almost exactly like him. Do you know who Nardwuar is, the interviewer?
No, school me.
He's this guy who does YouTube videos and stuff. He's I don't know, just a weird dude that does interviews with musicians and whatever. And I was tangentially familiar with him, so I looked up some stuff to see, if
Did you watch any interviews or anything, and so you could hear that style?
I did. I actually watched an interview with Whitney Cummings and Hannibal Buress.
Oh, okay. How'd it go?
He does kind of sound like Dennis the Two Wars. That is just Nardwuar's voice. You know what I mean? He does kind of sound like him.
That's kind of cool.
So,
I didn't know that. I never would have placed it.
No, me either. Definitely not. So whether or not it's intentional, I don't know. But there definitely is some sort of connect. There is something there.
The similarity.
Yeah.
Or influence.
So thank you so much. He also says, we were wondering about the word jabroni in that episode as well, and that The Rock made it famous. And he says that is sort of true, but it was originally made popular by the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, there's the video of the Iron Sheik calling someone a jabroni in 1991 or 1987 or something. Yeah, I am familiar with that, but I mean, The Rock made it.
Yeah,
he blew it out of control.
Yeah,
he put it in the household name.
Right. The Iron Sheik wasn't going to do that.
No.
The Iron Sheik.
No, with one video record.
But yes, so thank you, Gareth. We appreciate the email. That is so awesome. Thank you for accidentally downloading us and sticking with us. We apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And actually giving us a fair shot.
Yeah, giving us a fair shot. Definitely. Yeah, thank you. All right, Ross. That was enough business up top. Let's
Okay.
let's get into this episode.
All right, let's get down to business now.
Ross, today we're talking season 6, episode 6. Mack's mom burns her house down. Original air date is October 21st of 2010. Written by Scott Motter and Rob Rosell. Directed by Matt Shakeman. And Ross, what's that IMDb summary?
The IMDb summary is as follows. Charlie and Mack set up a truly odd couple after Mack's mom burns the house down, while Frank discovers the importance of paternal care when Dee falls ill.
Now that's interesting to me, Ross.
What's interesting?
It's interesting to me that the description references The Odd Couple, a TV show, when
Okay.
this show is doing The Golden Girls.
Yeah, that is true.
He sets up a Golden Girls situation.
But I would agree this is more of an odd couple.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, but for the description, they never say Odd Couple in the show.
No, they don't.
So I don't think it should be in the description.
Well, I think it's funny that they're trying to create a Golden Girl situation, but it's truly an odd couple.
That's a better sentence. Ross, why don't you get in there and fix... Anyone can go in there and fix that, right?
I think so. I don't know.
All right, nice. And Ross, this was written in 2010, so what was going on in the world in 2010?
Well, on November 15th, 2010, Josh Groban finished his 5th studio album entitled Illuminations. As Josh Groban would say, most of the songs on this album are about, quote, specific situations that I've had where love existed and ultimately failed, and other songs being about, quote, about the quest, and it's just not working out.
Really? Nothing in there about ladies popping?
I mean, that's probably subtext.
Now, I know nothing of Josh Groban.
Yeah, me neither, really.
Nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you one of his songs or anything.
Yeah, I stopped hearing about Josh Groban when that Michael Bublé came out.
What do you mean? Why?
I feel like Michael Bublé stole that fire in the pan.
I don't even know who that is, really.
Well,
Sounds like a chef.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they're of the same ilk, I think.
Well, nice. That's good. There's a good, nice connection there.
Yeah, some Josh Groban facts.
We're going to talk about it later because Josh Groban features heavily in this episode. As they would say on the Action Boys podcast, this is kind of a love letter to Josh Groban. Groban.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think they asked? Like, do you have to ask to do something like this? Or?
Yeah, can we use your name? Can we use your fandom?
Yeah,
Can
like,
we,
I think they just do it.
I think they just do it.
I bet they do. Yeah, they probably just do it. And he does show up later on down this road on the show.
Yeah.
So he must have liked it.
He did probably find it endearing and funny, and like he probably has a sense of humor.
They don't say anything bad about him.
No, they just say like he has a lot of fans.
Yeah, like Mack and Dennis don't even know who he is.
Right.
That's whatever, and then that's it. Then like
Dee and Artemis
yeah,
are just
Dee and Artemis like
fully
him.
in.
Yeah,
They're obsessed.
the Grobanites.
Grobanites.
All right, nice, Ross. All right, well, let's get into this here. Cold open, 12 p.m. on a Thursday in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At the bar, Dee explains who Josh Groban is and that she is attending his concert. Then Charlie comes in and complains about his mom. Then we find out Mack's mom burned her house down. So it's kind of like a three-prong. There's like 3 beats.
Yeah,
that
there's
hit
really
this.
like 3 whole scenes. in
Kind
this,
of, yeah,
right?
kind of, yeah. There's like 3 beats to this opening scene.
Right. We start with like Dee hawking up at the bar. Like she's standing behind the bar. Everyone else is sort of chilling, drinking a beer. But she's like,
Yeah, she's got a tickle. A real bad one.
tickle.
Yeah, she got a tickle. And she can't be getting sick because, of course, she needs to talk to Josh Groban.
Yeah.
She's
She's going to a concert in the park tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
with Artemis, she mentions, yeah. And this is awesome here where they have this miscommunication of like,
Yeah, it's a misnomer, really.
well, yeah, because they go, oh, Charles Grodin's coming to the park, doing a concert in the park, and Dennis does this thing, goes, like I love,
What a weird noise.
I love it though. He goes, why don't you tell us? We love Charles Grodin. Ross, do you know who Charles Grodin is? Do you know anything about Charles Grodin?
I know he's an actor and comedian.
You knew that without like.
Yeah, I did watch the movie Midnight Run with him.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 6 months ago.
Oh, really?
But other than that, I don't really know anything.
Now, the only thing I know about him is that there's a Seinfeld episode where Jerry wants this like hot sauce that has a picture of a guy on it that looks like Charles Grodin, and he wants to bring it on the talk show. I think the Charles Grodin, the Tonight Show. I think the Tonight Show.
He was on at the same time or something.
Yeah, something like that. And Kathy Griffin was supposed to bring the hot sauce up, but then she brought a different hot sauce.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the only thing I know about Charles Grodin is the Seinfeld.
And then he has nothing. He has no material now.
Oh yeah, they go, why don't you just do your material? And yeah, he's like, I don't have anything new. Yeah. So that's the only thing I really know about him. But yeah, I looked up his stuff. That he was in movies, actor, comedian, talk show host.
Okay. Well, we already talked about it, but we don't really know anything about Josh Groban, though.
Yeah, did you have any other thing you looked up about him?
It just says the basic facts. Like, he's an American singer-songwriter,
right.
musician, actor, record producer. Yeah, millions of sales.
Josh Groban, Charles Grodin.
Right.
I mean,
it's a big. I mean, it does like sound the same if you like in like the amount of syllables. It's kind of like a rhyme or something, but it is a bit of a leap.
Because D says no, that's not him, and then he says, oh well, is it his son?
The guy with the different last name, his son.
Yeah. I mean, if he's anything like, he'll be funny if he's anything like Charles
if he's
Grodin.
anything related to Charles Grodin.
Well, no, Ross. See, they're two different people. Charles Grodin is a bitter old man with a giant head, and Josh Groban is a singer with the voice of an angel.
Called Charles Grodin a bitter man one more time. See what happens.
Even Dennis goes like, whoa.
Oh, whoa. Like, yeah. And Mack stands up when he does it, too. It's like, it is kind of intimidating.
Now,
like,
who would have thought these guys liked Charles Grodin this much?
I know, to passionately and like engage in a physical fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a hold on them.
And, well, Dee's like, you know what? I should go home and rest because I can't be getting sick if I got this going on. So she takes off. Frank sort of pushes her away with the pool stick.
Yeah, he kind of like jabs her a little bit.
We should say Frank's in the background this whole time playing pool by himself.
Yeah, he's playing pool. We get to see the foosball table.
Yeah.
I think maybe the jukebox. We got a little more environment back there.
Yeah. Well, this is where Charlie comes in, and he's on the phone. And he's complaining about his mother. And we find out here that Uncle Jack has moved out.
Yeah, that's right.
Moved out or got arrested?
I think he moved out. Well, they said he moved out. They didn't like.
Right, they said he moved out, but where did he go and why did he move out?
I don't know. Maybe he got successful as a lawyer.
That's true. We see Uncle Jack again, but we never see his living arrangements.
No.
Because at first he was living there. Remember when Charlie was going to move back in?
Yeah, it made sense to me to just like keep him there. But I guess if they, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they have to keep things moving and changing.
I like the
right?
I liked putting these two together. They don't do anything with them until like way later on.
Oh, I know. It is a fun callback though.
Yeah. But so the whole time they're living together, they don't mention it like a long time.
Right. I don't know. Like even in recent episodes, we don't really.
Yeah, we check in one other time.
Mm-hmm.
There's an episode where they film it. It's like called Old People House. They try to do like a reality show.
Yeah. But like after that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think we really see them together anymore.
No, it's interesting. But so Charlie's on the phone with his mom and he's saying to them he's saying they're not terrorists, they're just Muslim people. Why don't you just close the window and mind your business? That sets up something that happens later on.
Yeah, sure.
And probably a typical conversation you have with your parents.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That's a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I do want to point out that Charlie's on a cell phone, a burner.
He's on
perhaps?
his burner. Yeah, he's on his burner.
I like how he's keeping that up.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And yeah, so Jack moved out, and he's upset. His mom's making him do all this stuff. Yeah, help me with this, help me with that. Wash the floor. Wash the ceiling, clean my car, get this, fix that. Are there spiders here? Are there spiders there? It almost becomes like a Dr. Seuss. Like, the things she's having him do is very funny, and is like later on we find out like we like all the stuff she wants him to do is very funny.
Yeah, a little bizarre.
Was Uncle Jack doing all this stuff?
I guess so. Was that how he was paying his rent? Like just
he was vacuuming the ceiling?
Yep.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, so And Dennis is like, you know what? Because Mack kind of gives Charlie shit a little bit for this, but the woman, the woman raised him.
I'm sorry, the woman that brought you into this world raised you, needs you, and you're gonna ignore her?
Well, Dennis, for one, is looking forward to not taking care of anyone.
And Frank overhears this, and
He's like,
well, what? You're not gonna take care of me when I'm older?
And Dennis brings up a good point. No, you are a horrible dad.
It's true.
I mean, the Christmas alone.
Oh, I know. The torturous Christmases.
Yeah, I mean, and...
But he'll get Deandra to take care of him.
Oh, right, yeah. Because Deandra can be taking care of shit. You just chased her out of here with a pool cue. And Frank's you can see, like, the acting, like, Danny DeVito. He's so good. Like, he takes that in. Like, he takes
he's like,
that
yeah, I
information
think you're
in,
right.
Like, oh, no. Yeah, he's kind of like, well, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's interesting. And this is the phone to the actual bar starts ringing now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be Charlie's mom. It's going to be something stupid, something crazy.
But he doesn't want to answer the phone, and Max like, pick up the phone.
It's not serious.
Charlie, answer the goddamn phone.
He picks it up, and like just like you would do an improv scene or anything. Yeah, okay. Oh, that is a serious thing.
Yeah, right before he picks up the phone, he's like,
it's not serious.
It's nothing serious.
Yeah. Oh, that is a serious thing.
That is. And I wonder, like, who called him?
Yeah, you got to think the police or like
some sort of like social services
the hospital or something.
Yeah.
To notify like the next of kin or whatever, like wherever she was that he went to get her, I guess. And then we find out. Yeah, so Charlie's like, okay, I'll tell him. Mack, your mom burned the house down.
And we get a great look at Mack.
Yeah, just like taking that in. And we get the title card. Mack's mom burns her house down. It's a great like 1-2.
I mean, it's very blunt, and that is what happens.
Yeah, that almost could be just the IMDb summary.
Yeah.
So then at Dennis's apartment, Dennis comes up with the idea to have Mack's mom move in with Charlie's mom. A little bit of an apartment check here, Ross. Did you catch the number of their apartment?
25?
25. And there's some
Still got it.
There's some stuff around. There was a bike.
Yep.
I don't see either of them really riding a bike like that.
No. Is that new?
No, I think there's always been a bike kicking around.
Okay.
But we got a nice shot of it this one.
Yeah.
A good shot of it.
We get a signed basketball somewhere.
Yeah, there's board games.
Mm-hmm.
There's that golf thing that's on their coffee table.
I think that was there before.
It's been there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, like, these sets or whatever they are, like, do they break them down and set them back up every time, or they just sit there?
Or does that, like, live like that?
Yeah.
It's got to live like that, right? It'd be annoying.
How else do you keep remembering putting that golf thing out?
I have no idea. It's a lot of work if they have to break it down and put it back together, like,
yeah, right, I know.
3 times a year.
They do stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe those are designed to, like, fold up a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the walls close in.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just,
put
like...
on wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that's a lot of it.
That little golf thing looks fun, whatever it is.
It looks like a little coffee table game.
Yeah, you putt with it or something.
Yeah.
So Dennis is here watching, sounds like he's watching basketball or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt comes in with his mom. She's holding they're bringing in boxes. And you can see boxes in the hallway.
Boxes in, like, trash bags.
And trash bags, and yeah.
We get a nice hey-o.
You get a hey-o. And it's cool. Mac's mom is fine. She burnt the house down. She fell asleep with a lit cigarette and burnt the house down, but she's fine. So good news. And she comes in.
Great,
She comes in and just sits right down next to Dennis here.
I know, it plops herself right down.
And this is like Dennis, like zero, like compassion or empathy or. Right. Dennis is so funny in this episode.
Yeah, he's truly only focused on how he's inconvenienced, and he really needs to, like, unload that on someone else or resolve it because he knows it's going to haunt him if he doesn't.
He's a fixer. That's what he does. And she's smoking a cigarette here next to him, and he starts to get he's getting the idea what's happening. So he asks, "Where's she gonna stay?"
Oh, here, of course.
And then Mac's mom says, "No, I'll stay in a shelter." And Dennis's reaction to that is so funny. Hey, that's an idea.
Absolutely not.
Hey, put her in a shelter. Yeah, absolutely not. Well, what about a nursing home?
Nursing home? Do you have any idea what happens to those places, dude? Why don't I just rape her myself?
And then Dennis's reaction, that's Raper, what are you talking about? And do you remember the last time we saw Mack in a nursing home and he was saying the same
with
thing?
the racist lady?
Well, yeah. But he was saying the same thing then, too.
Yes.
About
It's a firm belief that he has.
It's a firm belief that he has. And, by the way, that episode is the gang sets Sweet D on fire.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Because they were filming and they were trying to do like the news reporting angle.
But it's another fire episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that interesting?
Another nice connection. Good work, Eric.
Yeah, thanks.
Getting a raise.
Yeah. Oh, really? To 0 to 0. Nice.
Double 0.
So the nursing home is out of the question. And Charlie comes in here and he's brought the dog. He's found Poppins, Mack's childhood dog.
Poppins, hey buddy, how you doing? He picks him up.
Yeah.
He's hugging him.
That dog is nasty.
I mean, it's like discolored.
Yeah. But just the way Charlie says it, too, that dog is nasty. He was like eating cigarette butts on the way here. I think he might have emphysema.
Oh, yeah. That dog is indestructible, dude.
And he gives a little backstory here how Poppins would disappear. And
yeah, he's a survivor.
yeah. Poppins is great. Poppins reminds me so much of fiance Katie's old dog, her like mom's dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her dog Jackie. It passed away fairly recently, but no, yeah, it looked like that. Seriously, and it was like old and
Just like a decrepit
but like just still,
gargoyle of a dog.
Yeah, but still just like running
Still
around
going.
and like doing stuff and barking at you and just
Well, good for him.
Yeah. Reminds me, I used to always say to Katie, I go, Poppins. Reminds me so much of Poppins.
Not a compliment.
Not a compliment. I think his eye popped out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bulges like that.
Yeah.
What you do is you got to pop it back in with your knuckle. I'll show you how to do it. Yeah,
Dennis
really
is
easy.
going, yeah, I'm never going to do that.
Of course.
And Charlie gets a phone call here while Mack's trying to pop the eye back in. It's his mom, and this is funny when he goes, I'm not going to vacuum the ceiling. And the answer, she goes like, why? You know, you'd think the answer would be because that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's because he already did it.
Right. So he's already been through this down this avenue. He thought probably if I vacuum the ceiling once, she'll never ask me to do it again. She's probably been haunting him for ages, right?
Right. But I think the answer, like how he answers that, is great A to C thinking. Do you know what I mean? Like you would normally just say like, no, I'm not going to vacuum the ceiling because that's stupid.
That's crazy. Yeah.
No, I'm
it's
not going to
stupid.
vacuum
It's
the ceiling. I
pointless.
already did it. I don't
Right.
not think it's crazy.
We're on top of
I
it.
already did it. Yeah.
It makes a connection to a past.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
that way.
It's just great. It's like the second thought. I don't know if we've ever explained A to C, but that's kind of like a comedy term where you think of something that's the A, and then B, whatever your immediate second thought is, you skip that because that's the obvious one that everyone thinks, and then you go to the C thought, which is the third one down the line, and you go with that one.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that, on the fly in improv scenes. Like your first thought, you kind of supposed to be like, okay, that's the obvious one. What's the next thing?
Toss it out.
Yeah,
toss it out,
and
then
yeah.
take it.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that I already did it is a great answer to that.
Yeah, because it expands the world in a way.
Now, what does he mean when he says he starts talking about plastic splinters here?
That was unclear to me. Yeah, because he was like, you won't get a splinter. Like, stop it. Like,
Plastic splinters are the same as whatever. Then he's like,
yeah, same as what? Wooden splinters?
But what's
probably?
a plastic splinter? Like, what do you mean by that?
I don't know, man. Doing a lot of work over here.
Yeah, I don't know. Dennis, I got the eye back in.
I don't care.
So funny, like, yeah, I don't care. Like, don't you like it's imagine like I did that to you, like, like you'd be like, what?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Boom, Mrs. Mack, your mom together could be a perfect situation. Come on.
Yeah, and that's Dennis, the fixer fixing.
Yes, this is like the beginning of his little like fixing game, right?
His his manipulation of everything to get what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Because he's in the thick of it, like we were just saying.
He's getting pushed onto him.
Yeah, he's getting pushed on. He needs to unload all this.
And this isn't a bad idea.
No, this is a perfect solution to two different problems.
Right, yeah. And Mack gets excited about this. Mack thinks like, yeah, it could be kind of like a Golden Girls situation.
Mm-hmm.
Two older ladies getting together.
Chasing men,
Eating
cheesecake. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. And I don't know much about Golden Girls. Do you know? Should we talk about Golden Girls now or later?
I mean, I have like the bare minimum. I just went to look up like Golden Girls characteristics of the characters.
Right. Now,
I think that's the point of the show.
You
right?
sent me a quiz.
I did.
On which Golden Girls.
I did send you a which Golden Girls are you quiz. We didn't talk about it.
I just got that email from you with no text saying it was coming or anything. It was just an email.
Yep.
Which Golden Girls character are you?
Well, I figured you'd eventually open it.
I am Blanche Dubois, apparently.
Ooh, let me read your Blanche horoscope.
I got it right here.
Oh, you do?
You're feisty, outgoing, and passionate. You've got strong desires, and you aren't afraid to express them. You put a lot of effort into how you present yourself to the world. But at the end of the day, if someone doesn't like you, that's their problem. You're all about living life to the fullest.
Wow.
I don't agree with 100% of that. I kind of want,
But a lot of it's accurate.
I kind of want everyone to like me. but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I did do your stupid little quiz that you sent me.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
Did you do it by any chance?
I did do it. I am a Sophia. I didn't take the snippet of description with me, but I got a description.
That's such a Sophia thing to do.
I got a different description of Sophia that I'll read real quick. Sophia was the more extreme case of Dorothy, which means her sarcasm, wittiness was through the roof. Sophia was the older Golden Girl of the group, having lived and experienced much more than her younger counterparts. She frankly didn't care what anyone thought about her. That could be less true, right? Less true about me.
You know what's interesting is the thing I did look up about the Golden Girls is one of the characters like moves in and joins the Golden Girls because her like retirement home burned down.
Oh wow! Well, that is a good connection.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Sophia.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I forget now.
She's like the oldest. She would have been in a nursing home.
Yeah,
probably.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. So this starts getting like Mack like romanticizing about this idea of them like hanging out together. And Dennis is kind of like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't really understand what you're talking about, but sure. Charlie loves this idea, but his mom's going to be a hard sell.
I'll talk her into it.
Dennis, Charlie knows his mom. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she is a hard sell.
Mack and Charlie know their moms pretty well.
Yeah, their behaviors. Yeah,
right.
They can like predict.
They know what
them.
they can and can't get away with.
Yeah.
Mack even interprets Mrs. Mack's grunts, which is like a next level like connection.
It's a great layer to it. Yeah. So then at Dee's place, Frank swings by and brings her a care package and offers her a deal. It seems like everybody sort of just walks into Dee's house.
Yeah, no one knocks.
Doesn't seem that way.
This is like for a long time now.
She doesn't
like remember
question
Mack
it.
earlier this season?
Yeah.
Walked right in when Bill was there.
That's right. That's right. And she doesn't really even question it anymore.
No,
Like, she doesn't question-
and she doesn't like push back really.
No, she doesn't question Frank or Dennis when they come in.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you're here. Okay, well, I'm doing this."
Yeah, Dee's doing. She's at this like she's juicing this thing, and now Frank does such a crazy thing to me that would aggravate the shit out of me. He just like walked into her house and goes, "What are you doing?" Like you walked into here.
But he says like the way he asks, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like more like a, "Why are you doing?"
Yeah,
that?
like you're crazy. You're doing something crazy. It's not
Right.
his attitude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's like the attitude behind that question. And we like, do you see what's on her like table there?
No,
like her
I don't think-
kitchen table. There's like some cans. There's like a protein powder.
Right.
I see like spices. Like
yeah.
I couldn't imagine what the hell she's putting together.
Probably just powders, a bunch of different powders.
Right.
Because she says what she's doing is she's juicing. She's doing this juice thing. She got a bunch of stuff from the health store. She's going to boost her immune system.
Okay.
Because she's not going to miss this concert, Ross. She's a Grobanite.
Grobanites don't miss shows. Josh Groban comes to town, and we consider it a call to action.
I love the term a call to action. It's a great term.
I have to. That's like a term that's used all the time at work.
Really?
A CTA is what we call
You
it.
have a shorthand for it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like the clients are like, "Hey, we need to change a CTA," and I'm like, For like the first handful of months, I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? The CTA?
Call to action. That's funny.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great term. Yeah, she's a Grobanite. Now, I wonder, I didn't look that, did you look anything up? Like, did they make up the term Grobanite? Or is that really what their fans are? I imagine that's really what the fans are called.
Oh, yeah, no, that is the term for, like, a fan of Groban. I think I posted, like, a thing on Instagram story the other day of, like, the Urban Dictionary definition of a Grobanite.
Grobanite. It's such a Grobanite. It's so good. It's great. It's a great, like name for their fans.
A Grobanite is someone who thinks Josh Groban is the greatest person on the face of the planet. When someone asks who their celebrity crush is, they respond Josh Groban without a pause. They listen to every album and watch every horrible TV special featuring Josh Groban. If you say anything negative towards Josh Groban, they will never speak to you again. They are usually overly nice people and sheltered kids. That weird last part about the sheltered kids.
That's from what, Urban Dictionary?
Yeah, that's Urban Dictionary. I'm sure that was probably came out after... Oh. That was posted February 5th, 2010.
February 5th, 2010.
What was the air date of this episode?
The air date of this one was October.
Wow. Okay, so Grobanite was a thing before it's a real thing.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. Grobanite.
Cool. I like how we did some detective work. So
that was good. That was better than Batman.
But Frank thinks that's what? Pretty dorky thing to say. Nevertheless, he brought her a little care package.
Yeah, he's got coffee, okay. And then he has Mexican peanuts, which I had to look up.
Oh, those are different?
I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what he meant by Mexican peanuts. But
yeah,
they are. They're a thing. They're like a type of peanut.
Oh, okay. But they still come in a shell and shit?
Yeah, they look like,
okay.
He got some candy, and he's got a stud magazine.
Yeah. Stud. It said nighttime stud?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
With nighttime with a K, so it's like a knight in shining armor.
You know, I think they missed an opportunity for when she goes and we'll get there, but when she agrees to okay, fine, whatever, I'm gonna go lay down and rest. She should have grabbed that magazine with her.
Oh, that would have been funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and she's her rightfully so. What's your angle? What's going on here? Rightfully
yeah, she's
so.
suspicious. Why?
Of course. Well, it turns out Frank has this this idea in mind where if he helps her, she'll help him when he's older.
What? No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. You are on your own. What a shutdown. And
she takes a sip of this concoction she made.
And she does her awesome
yeah.
physical I'm about to gag.
Great, yeah.
Hunch over.
Great physicality.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank kind of coaches her through it.
Yeah, he's telling her to lean her head back, go all.
And then he's just really nice to her, being real sweet and nice. He'll do anything she wants.
Yeah, it tells her to go relax.
Yeah,
you just make believe I'm your slave.
Yeah, and she's kind of thinks about it for a second, and she's like, "Oh, we'll do my laundry." It sounds like she's saying it like a test.
Yeah,
I'll do my laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank's done.
Done.
And it looks like such a little amount of laundry.
Yeah, it's it's like a quarter of a small basket.
I mean, yeah.
It's not a full load.
And she's okay, fine, I'm going to go lay down. And she takes off, and we get the little setup for what's going on with them two this episode. So then at Charlie's mom's house, Mack and Dennis and Charlie set Mrs. Mack and Bonnie up with a trial run of living together.
Okay, all right. Well, ladies, I know this is a lot to digest, and that's why I'm here, to act as an unbiased negotiator in the process and to sort out any problems or concerns, and essentially just to make sure that you're both comfortable with this new arrangement.
I don't want to live with her.
Oh, Mom, why not?
She smells.
I know she smells.
Okay, you can't talk about my mom like that. You
Okay.
don't smell, and you look beautiful.
Okay. I think what Charlie's mom is trying to say is that Mrs. Mack has a unique and earthy fragrance.
I smell like shit.
Okay, Mom, don't put yourself down, okay? We talked about this.
Perhaps we could get Mrs. Mack some perfume.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Mrs. Mack, what do you say? What better way to kick off this new relationship than with a new fragrance?
Stop talking to me like I'm an asshole.
She can't smoke in here.
Mom,
Okay. Well, now, Mrs. Mack, I would never ask you to give up tobacco, but what if you were to switch to some sort of smokeless tobacco alternative?
I know that grunt. She's open to it.
Okay, so what do we say? We do a little bit of a trial run tonight. Let's see what happens, and then we'll take it from there.
okay.
That means absolutely.
Okay! Great. So last step, dog's tied up outside. I'll grab him, bring him inside, and then I'll be on my way.
No dogs. Charlie, tell them.
Okay, she is terrified of animals eating her face off.
I don't want a dog to eat my face,
You
Charlie.
want a dog eating your face? Well, you know what? That's not a problem. We'll take the dog. You and I will take
I
the dog.
think what Mack is trying to say is not that we'll take the dog.
I'm saying exactly what I want to say.
I'll say
You know
what I'm
Mack's
trying to
to say now that you're taking the dog.
Let's not all do
What
the
Charlie's
trying to
saying
say
is correct.
thing.
Taking the dog.
We're not taking the dog. I really don't want to
It's
take
not
the
going
dog.
to eat my mother's face off.
Poppins is coming home with us, Dennis, so
Not
just
gonna eat
accept
your
it,
face
right?
off.
All right. Fine. We'll take the dog.
Calm down.
This scene right here is like, this must be like, this is probably this is like the beat of this episode right here. I think.
100%. This is such a good scene. It's so much fun.
It's so fun to have when Always Sunny has like them and their parents around a table.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like,
remember the last time the dinner?
Yeah, the dinner and stuff like that. Like having everyone around a table, it's just it's so good. And this clip is a little long, but
no, it's worth
it's
it.
so funny. Like, so Dennis is sort of a mediator. He's a third party. He's there to
Right.
just sort of like do some compromising, talk everyone through it, get everyone on the same page.
Yeah, just to set us up physically, like Dennis is in the center. We have
Yeah.
Mack and Mrs. Mack on one side.
Yeah.
We have Charlie and Bonnie on the other side. And we have that like nice like versus dynamic. It's like a negotiation.
Right.
And that's quite literally what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't want to live with her.
Already.
That's what it just starts off with. And well, why not though?
She smells.
Everyone starts going crazy. And Max starts freaking out.
I know she smells. You can't talk to my mom like that.
No.
The volatile Mac. I love it.
The volatile Mac, yeah. And Dennis does this thing. He tries to do it later to Max,
Fix.
but he does what Mrs. Kelly is trying to say.
Yeah, he puts that spin on.
Yeah.
Like he takes it in, like changes it to be like a PR voice,
Right.
and shoots it right back
Yeah.
out.
Is that Mrs. Mack has a unique and earthly scent.
Right, fragrance.
I smell like shit. That's Fiancé K's favorite line. She loves that. She loves Mrs. Mack.
I do too.
It is very like a "you're an ugly man" type of line. Just I
Yeah.
smell like shit.
Very blunt.
Of any of the parents, Mrs. Mack seems to be the most self-aware.
Yeah, 100%. I think.
Like she's not delusional about what's happening. At any
No.
point.
She very much lives in the scene and reacts to things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm still like thinking about that dinner party when she laughs.
Right.
At like
the
poop-
chaos.
Yeah, the poop potentially being in the food.
Yeah.
Like, like she. I don't know. I feel like she's on a different level of some sort.
Yeah. And while Dennis is doing this, maybe we can get some perfume and
Stop talking to me like I'm an asshole.
see what I mean. She's aware of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah, she knows Dennis is trying to pull some shit.
Yeah, and she's like she's like, I'm not stupid, kind of. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just don't want
I
to.
choose to
They-
like everything about my life. I choose.
Yeah,
Like, don't.
they act like she's a child, like the way
Mhm.
they talk to her. And in some ways, with Bonnie, she's not self-aware. Do you know what I mean? So
No. She needs to be told what reality is.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So this is where Mrs. Mack starts smoking a cigarette,
Mhm.
but no, can't smoke.
Charlie, she can't smoke in here.
Yeah. And of course, Dennis would never, tell.
No, isn't that like? I find this about Dennis being the fixer so like well done is that he takes the problem of there being smoke, not that like Mrs. Mack uses tobacco.
Right.
It's the specific smoke. Well, if smoke is the issue,
Right.
then we should go with smokeless tobacco option for Mrs. Mack, right?
Right. She does a little bit of a like a grunt.
I know that grunt. She's opening to it.
This is a great layer to their relationship.
I know. Because Mack is speaking for her.
So why don't they just have a trial run? Tonight they'll do a trial run and just see how it goes. That means absolutely.
That made me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Just because like her tone does not exude absolutely.
And the way Mack is like kind of like smiling.
Yeah, he's like upbeat about it.
Well, that's good. That's great. Though Dennis will go get the dog, and they'll have a trial run tonight.
No, Charlie, no dogs. Tell them.
Well, apparently Bonnie now he says Bonnie's afraid of animals. It seems to be all animals.
Yeah, all animals
will eat her face.
Mm-hmm. I don't want a dog to eat my face, Charlie.
The way they have her
the way
acting,
she like turns to him
Yeah.
and then like puts her hands on her face to say that.
yeah,
Like,
it's great.
how do you tell someone to act like that?
Well, okay, the dog's a problem, but Max just says, Max like, you know what? I'll take the dog. We'll take the dog.
Well, what Mack is trying to say.
Mac knows exactly what he's trying to say. And by the way, Max uses his words very deliberately.
that is true.
I love that Mac doesn't let Dennis do this.
No. He one-ups him right there. Yeah.
I'm saying exactly what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And even Charlie goes, he says he's taking the dog. He sounds like says he's taking the dog. Like,
We're taking the dog.
He's taking the dog.
I don't really want to take the dog.
Dennis even says that. I don't want to take the dog.
Yeah, and Charlie's like, it's not going to eat my mother's face off. They have they're speaking at a certain tone in this, and they're all trying to like push each other in a different direction. They're all using the same tone.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they're not like, they eventually start like yelling and getting louder, but like they all try to like hold power
Civil.
with that voice. Yeah.
And they all start talking to each other. And then, fine. Dennis is like, all right, fine. We'll take the dog. And obviously thinking, I'll figure that out later.
Yeah. That's a problem solved later.
Yeah. So then back at Dee's place, Dennis comes by to drop off Poppins and gives Frank some tips on manipulating Dee. All right, laundry's done.
Yeah, he's got the basket all folded and
Those white shorts, those are what she's going to be wearing to the concert, so she wants Frank to run an iron over them.
oh, very whitey white. You're not ragging it, are you?
Ragging it. That is crazy. That sounds like a
to
term.
say to your daughter?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a term from like the 1940s.
Yeah, it's exceptionally gross.
Yeah, like that is like, oh my, like, and Dee, like, what? You know what I mean?
Gross. Frank, come on.
Yeah, and he's just trying to bond.
That's how you want to bond with me? Asking if I still got my periods?
And Frank does this like such bullshit thing of being like, "Oh, that's so beautiful what you're doing there. What is that? What's that called?" Like it's such bullshit. Like he's so full of shit when he's saying
Yeah.
that.
You're right.
It's just tanner.
Yeah, it's self-tanner.
It's not like, "Oh, it's so beautiful. What is that?" Like,
But like something like that, actually, I think you have to use like a mitt to put that stuff on.
because your hands will tan.
Yeah. Like logical. You figured it out right away, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never used it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I would.
There's a mitt, like what? Like a catcher's mitt?
It's more like it's a very thin mitt. Like it's like a sponge feeling
Yeah.
thing that you just like.
How do you
use
know
to-
this? You done this?
I do it all the time.
That's what I thought.
I got a pop.
Apparently the tanner is gonna make the white in the outfit pop. The white in the outfit is gonna make the tanner pop. And Josh Groban likes when his ladies pop. So
I mean, the guy likes what he likes.
I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, why not? He likes when they pop. It's such a great term when they pop. Likes
Pop.
ladies when they pop.
Well, Charlie says pop. I think later.
Does he?
Yeah.
This is where Dennis comes in, and he's got Poppins. He thought maybe he'd bring Poppins over to cheer her up and spend some time with her while she's not feeling well.
Oh my God, that's Poppins. Poppins, he's still alive.
Don't you love that Dee knows Poppins?
Yeah, it's like It's great that they have that legacy of like growing up with each other.
Yeah.
So there's like no like reason for explaining things.
Yeah. It's not like a secret that like it's not like they're just figuring Poppins out.
Right.
now.
It's a family dog. It's probably been around.
Yeah. And Frank comments that it looks like a gargoyle.
He smells like piss.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, is he dying?
he just
As she
lays
goes
down.
to lay down, like it's funny.
Yeah, he's fine. But keep him away from all that cream and stuff because he eats that shit. Yeah. He had a bunch of shampoo back at their apartment.
He loves shit like that.
He loves shit. And then this part right here, this is what made me laugh every single time. Because he goes, oh, well, thanks for bringing him by. And then Dennis goes, he's a great dog. He's a great dog. He says it twice. He's a great dog. He's a great dog. He's so full of shit. He's just so full of shit. So like twice, he's a great dog. And so, yeah, so then Dee sort of is like, okay, I'm going to go rest. I'm going to go hang out in my room. And she gets up and leaves.
Frank, why don't you make me another juice? Because I feel like that green stuff's really working.
Yeah, he's going to have some more juice. And this is where Dennis kind of goes, like, looks around. He's kind of like, what's going on here, Frank? Like, what are you doing?
Trying to score brownie points with your sister. I need someone to take care of me when I'm old and sick.
Yeah, and Dennis is curious about, he's like, oh, you're still onto this. And he brings up a good point of why doesn't he just check himself into a nursing home? He has the money.
I'm not going to put myself into one of those crypts. As soon as you drop the soap, they'll rape your butt. That's what happens. Mack told me.
Mack told me. Whoever would think Mack is a reliable
Mack's
source
a
of
source of information, right?
Right. And it's funny. It's like Mack is like spreading this idea, and even like, Dennis goes like, "What? Like you guys have the craziest idea of what happens." It's very funny. Like the second beat of that. Green juice now.
The bitch is driving me crazy. She's not even sick anymore.
Yeah, and Dennis supports this plan, and I love this use of the way his language. I support this plan as far as it helps me not have to take care of you. Do you know what I mean? Like I support this plan,
Right.
As
it
only
also
as much
supports
as
me.
only as much as it gets me out of this. It's like,
Right. So in a way, he's sort of like taking this mediation on as well.
Yeah.
To ensure
that he doesn't get stuck with Frank.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he gives Frank some advice here because, he's going about this all wrong because she's here. She's on her home turf. She's in her own apartment. She's too comfortable.
You need to thrust her into a hostile environment.
Yeah. This sounds like a dentist system.
I know. It does sound like dentist system shit.
Yeah, like you when he slashes the tires and stuff.
Right. Make her dependent.
Yeah, make him dependent. That's exactly what he's telling. Nurture dependence. That's exactly what he's telling Frank to do. Well, that's a good idea. He'll dump her by the bridge.
Dump her down the bridge. No, don't dump her down the. What are you talking about?
I love the broken sentences of because that's the complete wrong thing. I'm
right.
saying.
He's skipping sentences because his anger
He
is
can't
taking
comprehend it.
It's frustration.
No.
Just take it to her apartment, okay? Now, secondly, if this is gonna work, she's gonna need to feel a little bit more tickle in her throat. So if she's not feeling sick, well, we're just gonna have to make her sick.
Yeah, and he takes a bottle of cold medicine, and he kind of gives smirk, this little smile,
Mm-hmm.
and Frank's just going, "Oh, you're good."
Well, I'm a fixer, Frank.
That's what I do. He's like, "That's what I do." Oh, we should hang out more.
Stop trying to bond with me. Now this is like a new level.
This is psychotic and dark.
Dentist system behavior, right?
Well, we had the dentist system.
Yep.
And there's been a little bit of stuff before this of Dennis being kind of like a master manipulator. Remember when they're doing the drug thing and he starts doing the symphony?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? There's been a little bit of this, but not
that's a little of his fixer behavior.
His fixer behavior. And we're starting to get more into it goes beyond just fixing where he is a psychopath. You know what I mean? He's
right.
really
he's doing
he's like a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is crazy. This is like Munchausen by proxy behavior.
Yeah, this is criminal. I mean, this is more than just coming up with a solution to a problem. This is actively being
you're
evil.
making someone physically sick now.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. But it's another glimpse, and like, you know, it only gets more and more with Dennis until we find out, you know, he's got a second family and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? It's but it's like,
I forget about that all the time.
but it is like, it's just another notch in the, like, Dennis is like, there's something a little more crazy to Dennis than you think.
Mm-hmm.
So then at Bonnie's house, Mack and Charlie observe Mrs. Mack and Bonnie's first night as roommates.
They're not even talking to each other.
My mom's not very verbal.
I know, but they haven't even touched their cheesecake. I mean, I feel like if you and I were in a room with a perfectly good cheesecake, all sorts of conversation would start happening.
Oh, Charlie, the funniest thing happened today when I was doing the
No,
laundry.
not me. You gotta talk to her, okay? Don't talk to me.
Yeah, pretend like we're not even here, Mrs. Kelly, okay? Go gossip.
About what?
Maybe you were at a supermarket one time and you met a cute guy and you were feeling saucy and then you wanted to go back and talk to your friend, Sophia. So you're like Blanche and she's like Sophia, so go ahead.
I don't go to the supermarket. The shopping carts are dangerous.
Shopping carts are not dangerous, Mom. There's nothing dangerous about a shopping cart.
Let's try a new tack. Everybody calm down. Tack, this isn't working. All right, TV's going off. Boom!
Hey.
Okay, that's good, right? You guys are roommates now, so maybe you could get to know one another.
I'm hot.
My mom's hot.
Okay, you
I'm
know
hot
what?
too.
I gotta be honest, I'm hot as well. Can we turn the fan on?
Okay, well, the fan is broken and it hasn't worked for years.
Oh, okay, that's good. My mom's very good with her hands. Maybe she could fix it.
Oh, yeah?
Mom was the manager at Jiffy Lube for many years.
Never heard about this.
Yeah, well, she doesn't like to brag. It's not her style. Yeah, but she started at the bottom, worked her way to the tippy top.
All right, well, there's only 3 people working at Jiffy Lube. It's not really a high climb.
Okay, well, please don't diminish my mother's achievements,
All right,
okay?
well, don't get too excited about your mother's achievements.
Okay, Mom, you want to take a look at that fan and see if you can fix it?
What was that?
It means not right now, but there's a possibility that I could get to it tomorrow. See, the problem is once that sun goes down, you're not going to get this woman to do anything because she thrives on sunlight.
She seems like she's never been in sunlight.
Oh,
That's nasty.
oh, Charlie, she's spitting into my porcelain.
Okay, well, that makes you mad. Take it up with her. Have a conversation with her.
Everybody, can we
You've
just
never
let's
seen
relax for a
inside.
second? Maybe I can get you like a beer bottle. Would that be okay? An empty beer bottle to spit in? Yeah? Okay, having fun. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. The heart is true.
Well, you gotta stare at her.
Valid confidence.
Don't look at me.
And if you threw a party,
Turn your head and invited everyone you see.
you would see the biggest gift would be from me.
And the card attached would say, look at her!
I had the 2 clips have to with Bonnie and Mack.
I know.
But they're
It's the best part
part
of
of
the
this episode is what this episode's for.
Yeah.
You know? Mrs. Mack is doing dip, so she's
Yeah,
switched.
she's like stuffing tobacco in her mouth.
Right, she's switched to.
The smokeless option.
Is dip a slang or is dip what it's called?
I think dip is a slang.
Well, maybe that might even be from around here. So if anyone doesn't, yeah, dip is what we call
chewing
tobacco.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's got you don't really chew on it though, do you?
No, I think it's something you just put into your lip.
Right. Why is it called chewing tobacco?
I don't know. I didn't invent it.
So yeah, okay. So that kind of went through. That worked, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not really talking. Nothing's really going on.
Yeah, Mack and Charlie are like sitting with their arms crossed, like observing.
Are they supposed to be the studio audience for a Golden Girls episode?
No, I think they're just monitoring their behavior and trying to guide them.
I get they're doing that, but is the show like making like a comment on like the
Oh,
audience?
like this is like a self-referential.
Yeah,
like,
if they're gonna
a
do
show
a
within
Golden
show thing.
Yeah, I don't even know if Golden Girls.
I don't feel that way about it.
Okay. Well, it turns out Mack's mom's not that verbal, so it's not that surprising, I guess, that they're not talking.
Yeah, and to describe to like as not very verbal is strange because she can talk. She just chooses not to.
Yeah, because we will talk about it later. But the next scene that they're both in, she talks.
Yeah,
a
we get
lot.
full sentences. We get emotion too.
Yes, she does. She talks more than she has, I think,
ever
like put together.
Period. Yeah.
And so yeah, but it's it's strange to Charlie and Mack. because there's cheesecake. There's cheesecake there, and they feel like if they were in a room with cheesecake, they'd have all kinds of conversation.
Yeah, all kinds of conversations to start if there was a perfectly good cheesecake in the room.
Now, when you did that Golden Girls?
I can look it up right now. No, I did not investigate the cheesecake situation.
Well, you know what? You don't have to. I don't even worry about investigating right now. But I did notice when I did that Golden Girls survey, what Golden Girls I am. They ask one of the questions is which type of cheesecake do you?
Oh
like?
yeah, that was one of the questions.
So cheesecake has something to do with the Golden Girls.
I guess so. There's a 17-minute video on YouTube that's called "Best Cheesecake Moments on the Golden Girls."
All right, then. There we go.
All right, so apparently it was a huge part of the TV show.
Yeah, okay, fine. Fair, yeah. So that's where this cheesecake idea comes in. That's why they're trying to give them cheesecake. Charlie's mom has such this funny story that happened to her when she was doing laundry the other day.
Mom, no, not to me. Not to me. Got to talk to her, okay? Don't talk to me.
Yeah, just kind of like Mack's like, pretend we're not here.
Yeah, go gossip.
It's kind of hard to pretend they're not there. They're like sitting there with their hands folded.
I know. They're like a blockade.
Yeah. Yeah, go gossip. He wants her to go gossip.
About what?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is I wonder if this is a Golden Girls episode.
This might be a Golden Girls episode, but Mack suggests like maybe you were at the supermarket one time, you met a cute guy and you were feeling saucy, and then you wanted to go back to your friend Sophia. So you're like a Blanche and she's like a Sophia, so go ahead.
He's just kind of like
so Mack is like
assigning them roles.
Yeah, gave them a storyline and assigned them roles. Like he is directing them. I guess you're right. This is like a TV show.
Yeah, it's very strange. But Mack is like what? Like he's telling Bonnie to do. Like
yeah, I mean, I know earlier you referenced that or referred to them as like.
The studio audience.
The studio audience, yes, but like I think the more
the director?
a directorial role.
Yeah,
a creative role.
It doesn't matter anyways because Bonnie doesn't go to supermarkets.
Yeah, the shopping carts are dangerous.
Charlie's get freaking out. The shopping carts are not dangerous.
There's nothing dangerous about a shopping cart.
Don't you feel like
that is? I'm not lying. That's something like my mother would say.
I was gonna say like not what my mother would say, but. Charlie's reaction is a reaction I would have to something my mother would say.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like not that specifically, but some other crazy thing.
Specifically, but you're right. That is like the type of reaction I would give.
Yeah. They do a good of like how they deal with their parents. It feels really relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, they're friendly, but they're also frustrated.
Yeah. You know what? Max wants to change up like what's going on here, so he shuts the TV off. That's always a little dangerous, I think, to do.
Oh, when Mrs. Mack around?
Mrs. Mack brings her TV out on her front porch.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone's hot. Everyone starts complaining about being hot. Literally everyone is hot.
Yeah, and Mack wants to turn the fan on, but
doesn't work.
Hasn't worked in years, yeah. So
we get some new information about Mrs. Mack, some new backstory here.
That's right.
I don't think ever really does this come back at all.
No, not used enough.
I know they should have something like they go to her to
like if something broke down, like
fix their
maybe
cars.
we call Mrs. Mack.
Yeah. Mrs.
We'll have to wait for tomorrow. The sun's already closing.
So we find out here that Mrs. Mack is great with her hands. She worked she was a manager at Jiffy Lube.
For many years.
She climbed her way to the top.
The tippy top.
The tippity top.
Well, it's not really something to brag about.
What's wrong? What's Charlie's problem here?
I know. He's really being a bummer about it.
Right?
And even Mack defends himself. He's like, well, don't diminish my mother's achievements.
Yeah,
you know?
like, whatever. Who cares? Like, yeah, Charlie's being a little petty there, I think.
Well, I wouldn't be too excited about your mother's achievements.
Well, he asked, Mack asked if she could fix the fan, and we get another little grunt from her. And that means that she'll get to it tomorrow.
That means not right now, but there's a possibility that I could get to it tomorrow. See, the problem is once the sun goes down, you're not going to get her to do anything because she thrives on sunlight.
New information.
Yeah. That's a new information. That's not real new information.
That might be false information. Because as Charlie points out, it doesn't look like she's ever seen the son. Now, they talk about Mrs. Mack in front of Mrs. Mack a lot.
They do.
Everybody.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to care.
No, she doesn't.
Or let it bother her, at least.
No, it's very fun. It's a funny character trait of hers that they just like talk about her, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts spitting into some porcelain.
Yeah, she spits her tobacco juice into Bonnie's. What is that? A flower pot holder thing?
I don't know. It's just some
sort of
knick-knack.
porcelain
Yeah,
bullshit
some sort of
thing.
knick-knack. This is upsetting Bonnie, obviously, and Charlie wants Bonnie to talk to her about it, to Mrs. Mack.
Okay, well that makes you mad. Take it up with her. Have a conversation with her.
Mack is going to solve this. He's going to go get a beer bottle, and he does this awesome thing where he starts singing the Golden Girls theme song.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
right.
for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Mrs. Mack turns the TV back on with this like giant absurd remote, and Bonnie sets. Is it weird that Bonnie's dancing?
Yeah, she and Charlie are kind of grooving to it.
Yeah, she's so weird, Bonnie.
Oh my god, she's
so
she's
weird.
bonkers. She kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah. And Charlie gets a little upset here. Yells at her to look at Mrs. Mack and not
Look at
him.
her! Look at her! She even like turns her head for her.
Yeah. So then at Frank and Charlie's apartment, Dee wakes up and Mr. Magoo's her way down a flight of stairs. They get the windows open here. Get the breeze coming in. They got their jackets on. It looks freezing in Charlie's apartment.
Yeah, we have Dee passed out, right?
Right.
And Frank and Dennis are bundled up a little bit.
This is so boring. They've been there for like an hour.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You've been here for like an hour. It's like not that bad.
You're the worst dad, he says. You're the worst dad. It's so true.
And Dee surges awake. We get a nice camera view, like, over the bed. And we see her, like, rise up. And she's like, Groban, I'll come find you, she says.
Right. She's having some sort of sleepwalking thing. And she thinks she's at the concert. And she tries to open that door. What is that door? Behind
Yeah,
the
that's
kitchen?
true. She tries to open one of the doors that has the knives in that little kitchenette.
What
area.
is that?
We don't know. We never find out.
Huh.
I hope when they decide to like end it, they reveal all those like stupid little things that we always wonder about.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
You know?
I love Danny DeVito. I love I don't know. Frank gets up and he's like, want your blankie? I swaddle you, baby.
Yeah, he tries to tell her to stay away from the knives.
Oh, right, yeah.
As she like gets up and walks into that wall, and she thinks she's going backstage.
Right. And then eventually she makes her way to the front door. And she
walks right into it.
Right. But then she does open it up and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And as Frank points out, she's like Mr. Magoo here as she's walking down the hallway. Are you familiar with Mr. Magoo?
I am, in the sense that like I've probably watched a few of the cartoons when I was a kid, and Mr. Magoo is a blind man.
Right. Well, he's not blind. He's
he couldn't see.
He has extreme nearsightedness.
Yeah, so I guess he would see things, but not
clearly.
well.
Yeah.
Right.
And he would luck like happenstance his way into stuff like that. Like things would work out for him just by chance.
Uh-huh. That's fun to watch, actually.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Like just watch Dee for a second step over the skateboard.
Yeah.
And then avoid the ladder by slamming into the wall, because that's like a lateral move. She still like gets hit in a way, you know.
Yeah.
But that like levels out her balance even.
Yeah. And then to walk out of the door as soon as someone opens it up.
Right. That's great timing.
Yeah.
Like.
And Dennis and Frank are laughing at this the whole time, but then she does go through this doorway apparently, which is a staircase. And
Magoo never made that mistake.
Magoo never made that mistake. That's true. Yeah, she falls down a bunch of stairs.
Yeah, this sounds like heavy, like hitting down those stairs.
Oh yeah, it would be brutal. So then at Bonnie's house, 1, 2, 3, we get a glimpse of Bonnie's OCD. 1, 2, 3. As she wakes up, Mrs. Mack. 1, 2, 3.
3.
So we start off here with Bonnie. I guess Charlie and Mack are sleeping over for some reason, just to see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, they're staying the night to make sure everything goes smoothly. I think they want a full 24 hours or something.
Yeah. And so they're in the living room, and Bonnie's like saying goodnight to them, and she kisses Charlie's photo 3 times.
Yep. Puts it back on the fireplace mantle.
Right. Steps over to the lights.
3 steps.
3 steps.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Counts them out.
She does that a couple more times.
Yeah. Checks the lock on the door. She flicks the lights. 1, 2, 3.
And Mrs. Kelly, why are you doing everything in 3s?
Oh. So Charlie doesn't die.
And we get this nice beat. And Charlie goes, what? It's like a nice beat of silence before Charlie goes, what?
Yeah. And Bonnie's all the way upstairs.
Yeah, it's done.
And
It's too
Max
late.
sits up and looks over at Charlie. She's like, that's crazy.
Now, do you know what she's doing?
It's like an OCD tick.
But are
of
you
some
aware
kind.
of OCD and what it is?
To some degree.
Because I have this, and I do
Okay.
count. And
I think when I was a kid, I had OCD.
yeah.
And at some point, I just let it go. Like,
Yeah.
even the way I walked in, because this is like a parallel behavior of like walking.
Yeah.
I would walk, like if I was in a mall, I would never step on a crack.
Right.
But I would always walk like in certain patterns.
Right.
Like if you know the way a knight moves in
Yeah,
chess.
sure.
I would walk in chess movement. I don't know. I was a kid. I was a weird kid.
Well,
and I would do tapping of certain kinds.
Well, the thing with OCD.
And then I got sent up state because I had donkey brains.
Your friend Froggy.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with OCD and why Bonnie says the thing about Charlie dying.
Okay.
Is the thing with OCD, and I probably have mine's probably mild, I would say, or moderate.
I know a couple of your ticks, but
I do have a couple, but I do a lot, but I try to hide it. But I do count, but I do 5s. I don't do 3s. I do multiples of 2s or multiples of 5s. But the idea is that if you don't do these ticks, what they refer to in OCD, they refer to them as rituals. Mm-hmm. If you don't do these rituals, something bad will happen to either someone you love or just something bad. You equate, like, if I don't do this other bad thing will happen.
So there's consequences for you not doing
There's consequences for not doing it.
Now, what are the consequences that you think?
Well, it could
might
be
happen?
It could be anything. Like stress brings it on. It'd be like if I don't like touch my, blinker in a certain way 5 times, then I'll get in trouble at work if there's stuff going on at work or something, or this. But there's the general overall arching.
Or like something bad could happen at work today if I don't do that.
Right.
Is what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. You're aware that's not true.
And
right?
That's the other problem with OCD too, is the people that do it. I mean, not so much maybe Bonnie, but most people with OCD are aware that it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
right.
They're aware.
There's no correlation directly between A and B, but I have to do
But I got to
A,
do it anyway.
but-
It's like I intellectually understand this is pointless, and as Mack will say later, what do you think you're trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
But emotionally,
right, there's resolve for you.
It
if
has
you
to be
do
done.
The thing.
It's very
Okay.
interesting. So that is where the Charlie dying comes in. Well, that's real OCD is.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that so he doesn't die. That is why you do things.
It's a real OCD concept. I
Oh
guess.
yes, that is the main. I think that would be the defining trait, as opposed to like, being anal or being like particular. Oh, I want my CDs straight.
Right, that's probably a different thing.
That's
but
different than
yeah.
you need your CDs straight or a tree will fall in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Sort of
Okay.
like that. So that's crazy. That's batshit crazy. They know it, but they start hearing a commotion upstairs. And she's trying to wake up my mom. Mom does not like being woken up.
Yeah, I don't get the impression that she does.
I mean, for Mrs. Mack, like, this isn't her house. She's taking her
right,
in.
she's being she's pushing back quite hard.
Crazy, yeah. I would be so like.
get the hell out of here, god damn it. And then Mrs. Kelly's got to get like a few more
I
out
know that feeling.
before she gets shoved out
You
the
gotta
door.
get it in there. You
She does the
gotta.
lights real quick.
Yeah. And then so he kicks her out, and then Bonnie goes down, and whew, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Charlie starts doing it.
Yeah. He picks up. What was that?
Well, you know.
Just playing it safe.
Yeah, he's
know.
playing it safe.
She's been doing it. I'm still alive. Can't be crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Feels good to do stuff in threes, though. And Mackie's like, you know what? Yeah, but before I even get to Mack, like, you know what's funny about, like, I love this about Charlie, because, like, OCD sucks and it's like a real thing.
Sure.
But then to, like, go, like, oh, like, to not have it, but go, oh, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And then do it, like, just because, oh, it seems to be working. You know what I mean? Like, Charlie doesn't have it, you know? But it's just, like, his correlation of, like...
I don't know what his angle is, really.
His angle is almost like, oh, it proves that it works.
It's not really even proof.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's just like, it's very funny, Charlie starting to do it.
But Mack wants to pull the plug on all of this, right?
Yeah, he's, you know, I mean, it's a little bit, it's not, I don't know about pulling
It's
the
a bit of a
plug,
dramatic move.
but not pulling the plug.
I mean, it's one little bump in the road. I don't see it as like, you know,
but Mack
close
is
it
like,
down.
yeah, he's done. He wants to just forget the whole thing. I don't know where he thinks she's going to go.
Yeah, and Charlie agrees, so...
Yeah. So at Bonnie's house the next morning, we see Bonnie and Mrs. Mack bonding over racism and getting along for the first time.
Okay.
So they come in here, it's the morning, they come in here with bagels and coffee.
That's right.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice of them to pick up some stuff.
Not
for the
something
morning.
Dee or Dennis would ever do.
No. They expect that stuff to already be there.
Charlie's still messing around with his OCD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fixing the lock, and, you know, that's when Mack questions him about it.
Now, this is the morning, right? This is the next
Right.
morning. And Mrs. Mack is drinking a beer.
Yeah, Bonnie brings it over and goes, "Here you go,"
Yeah.
and happily gives Mrs. Mack a beer.
And she's smoking a cigarette.
And she's smoking a cigarette. And, Mom, where's your chewing tobacco? You know, Mrs. Kelly doesn't like the smoke.
Well, apparently, the fan is going to... I don't know how much this would work, but...
No, it won't.
The fan is going to blow the smoke out the windows.
Right.
So she can smoke it because Mrs. Mack is sitting there tinkering and fixing the fan.
See, I told you, dude. My mom's very handy.
Oh, the Muslims are back.
Yeah, so we get Bonnie peeking out the window again.
Yeah.
Where do you think they're coming from?
Wait, where do you think they're coming from?
I know.
What does that
What
mean?
do you think they're coming and going from?
Probably work.
Like, yeah, but she makes it seem like it's that location is a scam or like
a
they're coming.
front.
Yeah, like what's going? I don't know.
If they ain't American, I don't want to know them.
I mean, I don't like that sentiment, but I do care for the line.
Yeah.
Because that was like a vibe at that time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would say like probably like a little earlier in the 2000s.
Yeah,
but
like
too.
2008.
Yeah.
Like the Bush era.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, and like Mrs. Mack and Bonnie, their age, like I just assume anyone that age is racist, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Just like,
Yeah.
oh, they must be like they're like.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whenever I hear like people like they talk about like their parents would like go to like a women's rights protest or something, I'm always like, that's wild. Like, what does that must be like?
I've never heard anyone say that.
Just like online and stuff. So I'm like, oh, my parents were at this. Like, I'm like, whoa, like I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, like it would be nice, but yeah, I don't know. It's. I just kind of assume like, oh yeah, of course they're gonna talk,
Well, they're old,
and that's
they're
kind of what
Republicans.
Mack and Charlie are like. They're not. It's not really a Golden Girls conversation. It's more of a racist conversation. But they are bonding.
That is true. They are bonding though.
But they kind of like, yeah, they're, you know, that's what they are.
And they're almost sort of like being playful at this point.
Well, it's always sunny. I mean, what are they going to drill down on them?
Oh, I mean,
Like you and I would probably start yelling at them or something. But like,
oh yeah.
like yeah, what are they going to drill down on them? It's like no, they're bonding.
Yeah, let them go. But you know, Mrs. Mack is upset about her missing screwdriver.
Yeah, because Bonnie's cleaning all the germs off of it. And this is the most we've ever heard Mrs. Mack talk here.
Yeah. Quit cleaning my damn tools and sit your ass down.
This is interesting. It seems to be working. So why don't they get Poppins back in the mix?
Yeah.
Why do they think Poppins is going to be like? Why do you think Poppins is going to all of a sudden work now?
I don't know. I think they see what they already thought wasn't going to work working. So they're just going to push it to the limit, you know?
Mrs. Mack gives Bonnie a playful punch in the arm.
Please don't hit me. I have sensitive skin.
Poor Bonnie.
Yeah, poor Bonnie. Yeah. And the guys leave quietly.
They put the
They
bagels
put
on
the
the floor.
coffees down. They put the bagels down. They just kind of like back out.
At Charlie and Frank's apartment, Dee is tied to the bed as part of Frank taking care of her, and Poppins seemingly dies. Dee wakes up.
Yeah, she looks terrible.
Yeah, well, she took a
Great
dinger.
makeup. Yeah. Great makeup. Looks terrible. I mean, she looks very sickly, too.
Well, she's tied up for her own safety.
That's right. She's kind of wondering what's going on. Yeah, you took a digger down the stairs. Big time.
And now she wants to be untied. Oh, yeah, big time. Dennis, big time.
Big time.
She wants to be untied, obviously, but he will. He'll untie her. But she has to promise to remember that Frank took care of her.
Yeah, remember that Frank took really good care of you, so you're gonna have to take care of him.
And this response here is so funny and true. Of like, I feel worse than I ever did. Like, I feel way worse than I did.
I feel way worse than I ever did. And Dee like looks in the mirror and she's like, "What's going on with my face?"
And those are from the bed bugs.
But they'll last a little while, but they'll go away eventually.
Now the bed bugs. Now I guess the fumigation from the
Just
World
didn't
Series
work?
defense didn't work.
Or maybe that's the type of place that needs to be bug bombed repeatedly. I don't know.
Well, just get Poppins off her. Get the dog stinks. Get Poppins off because you see Poppins laying on like her.
Yeah.
But Poppins is unresponsive.
Yeah, they're trying to wake him up. They're like, "Hey, come on, come on."
Oh, he got into the juice, I think.
Oh no, he's ice cold. He's dead. He's ice cold.
This is really funny. Where like, okay, he got into the juice, and then Dee being like, "What do you mean? Like, what's the juice? Like,
What
I
juice?
drank the juice.
Yeah,
like,
I've been drinking the juice.
What do you mean?" And they just do not respond.
They don't respond to that
at all. Like, just what is the juice? What is in the juice? Wouldn't that be so scary?
Yeah. A dog is dead because of the juice.
And yeah, and you drink a lot of the juice. I clearly remember doing that. So they like, okay, fine. Dennis is like, all right, Fixer's got to fix. I know how to take care of this. Grab the dog.
Take the dog?
Yeah, and they start leaving. And they leave Dee there tied up.
Yeah, she has to get untied, but I got a dead dog over here. Like, Frank is like panicking. I got a dead dog here. I can't. But she's got Groban in the park.
So then in an alleyway, Mack and Charlie catch Dennis and Frank throwing away Poppins. 1, 2, 3, spin.
Now, what is this? Why are they spinning?
I don't know.
walking?
This is just some
escalation.
Yeah, just like because they don't have OCD. They don't even know what they're doing or why they're doing it.
Right, but he does feel good about this. He feels more in control.
Yeah, more in
Max says,
control is very funny.
which I think he craves.
Yeah,
being in control.
That's true. That is true. And Dennis and Frank try to walk away.
Yeah, so they Mack and Charlie pull up just as Frank has put the lid down.
This is behind Charlie's building?
Yeah, this is like an alleyway where the trash area is, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
so.
some car parking. I don't know. But Dennis like pulls Frank
As
by
if like
the sweatshirt like
they're
right away.
There. Like as if you can walk away from your two best friends.
Yeah, well they didn't see them coming.
Well, what do you mean? Frank didn't see him come, but Dennis did. I think that's why Dennis is pulling Frank away.
Yeah, but like...
How could you avoid them? They're right there.
I don't know. I would have done it faster or... I don't know.
I think the better angle is to get in front of it. Hey, what's up, guys? And completely...
Yeah, just be up front.
Yeah, just or distract them.
Like I have nothing to hide.
Yeah,
That's how in
yeah,
your face I
exactly.
am.
But they start acting a little weird here.
Yeah, what's happening, guys?
Because they're looking for Poppins. And Poppins?
Frank like looks up even like
And why do they keep looking at that trash? What was in that trash bag?
nothing
Poppins.
special about it.
Frank just says Poppins. He ate some cough medicine.
What?
So
Imagine explaining to somebody you threw their dog in the trash.
well, what are you gonna do? Send him to the moon?
Dennis laughs. Charlie looks a little disgusted, and Mack immediately goes to find Poppins chowing down on a diaper.
Yeah, oh no, he's fine. Yeah, chowing down on a diaper. That's so gross.
I mean, for the dog to just escape a death, to immediately go back to just chowing down on a diaper, this dog has no chill.
And this dog just takes off. There he goes.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Bon voyage, Poppins.
Do we ever see Poppins again?
I think we do. Yeah. I think we do in like the later seasons even.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's an episode where Dee gets a haircut
Yeah.
in one of the newest seasons, and I think Poppins comes back for that.
Okay.
And I think, I felt like there was a missed opportunity to not bring back the junkyard cat for that episode.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to talk. Yeah, well, I mean, that's 10 years from now, but
Right.
one day we'll talk about it.
So back at Charlie and Frank's apartment, Dee overhears Artemis leaving a message for Frank from the Josh Groban concert. And so this is Artemis calling Frank, being like, "Hey, have you seen Dee? I'm looking for Dee." She's at the concert backstage.
The party is pumping.
Groban's feeling frisky, and someone's got to tap that ass.
Look, if you see that biatch, tell her to get her ass down here. Artemis's message is awesome.
It really is. It really is. Like the whole
It's
thing.
full of Artemis flavor.
Oh yeah, and then at the end, the great "suck you later." She hangs up, and poor Dee misses the concert.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. Ross, what is your favorite character?
My favorite character is going to be Bonnie.
I'm gonna go Bonnie and Mack tag team.
Bonnie and Mack?
And Mrs. Mack. Sorry.
Okay,
Bonnie
Bonnie
and
and Mrs. Mack, if I could pair them up as a tag team.
Yeah, do
sure.
it.
That's mine, too.
Yeah. And what's your favorite scene?
The negotiation.
Me too. Negotiation.
I mean, no surprise there.
I smell like shit. I mean.
Well, I think what Mrs. Mack is trying to say that she has an earthly and unique fragrance.
And what is your favorite line of dialogue?
She thrives on sunlight.
I think my favorite line of
Made me
dialogue.
laugh every time.
I think mine is gonna be, "He's a great dog. He's a great dog." He says it twice. He says it
Dennis
so aggressively.
hard selling this dog that he hates.
Yeah.
Wants nothing to do with himself.
Ross, that brings us to the Always Sunny Wiki Trivia Challenge. These are 3 trivia facts. One of them is from the Always Sunny Wiki sub-wiki page that they have. And the other 2 are made up by me, Ross. Please guess the one that is actually from the website. Number 1. The original name of this episode was The Return of Poppins. Number 2. There is a deleted scene where Dee hallucinates and sees Charles Grodin. Number 3. Glenn Howerton and Josh Groban are co-stars in the movie Coffee Town.
I'm going to go with the third one.
That is true. Glenn
Yeah.
Howerton and Josh Groban are in the romantic comedy Coffee Town.
All right, so maybe okay, so they had a connection to Josh Groban before this. So
Well, I think this might be after. I think Coffee
Oh.
Town is probably after. I could be wrong.
I'm going to look that up right now. We have the time.
We have this. Yeah, because this will be edited it, so they'll get it right now.
Yeah, you're right. Coffee Town came out in 2013. So,
But that's probably maybe how they got him on the show after that, because he's on that episode with the robbery in the grocery store.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Ross, final thoughts on this episode. Ross, if this episode isn't Seinfeld, you don't want to know it. Or you love this episode. It brings out the curmudgeon in you.
It brings out the curmudgeon in me.
Yeah, I mean, this episode is it's fun. It's funny. I mean, it's a breeze to watch. It flies right by.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I really like Mrs. Mack and Bonnie.
Yeah. More parent stuff like the parent stuff is always so fun. Like
to me, it's also just like relatable.
Yes, and all their parents are like involved. Like Mack and Dennis's, like Charlie, mom, both Mack's parents, And it was at one point both Dennis and Dee's parents. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
parents are heavily involved in this show, more than you think they are.
Yeah. I mean, Frank's there every goddamn
Yeah,
day.
Frank's there every day. You forget. You forget.
Yeah. It's easy to forget that Frank is raised Dennis and Dee, but like he acts like an animal.
Yeah,
Like
well,
he doesn't
yeah.
act like an adult.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they have a higher status than him
Uh-huh.
within the gang.
Sure.
So it's like, yeah, you kind of like forget. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, it's a very fun episode. So Ross, what do we got going on the next time we're recording there?
All right, next episode we have Who Got Dee Pregnant?
What can we remember from this episode?
I can remember a number of costumes.
Right, yeah, a bunch of switching costumes and Viggo Morgenstein.
Yeah, we can expect the McPoyles, the return of
Oh,
McPoyles. It's been a
finally.
very long time since we've seen a McPoyle.
And Artemis.
Yeah, that's true. We get Artemis too, and we get the waitress.
The waitress, that's right. Yeah, it's all
Star-studded.
Definitely. And they eventually just revealed that yes, Dee and Caitlin Olsen is pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen her wear and like kind of hide this season. You know, I think we pointed it out a few times.
So Dee is pregnant this whole time too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We just now realize it.
Yeah,
The characters do.
Yeah, the characters do.
So it's kind of fun to see them deal with that and incorporate it into the show.
Oh yeah, and this is where they come up with the term brownout.
Yeah, browning out.
Browning out comes from this, and I just love the story structure of this episode.
Yeah.
The way they like, there's 3 different versions of the same night.
Yeah, and they all kind of add a different filter
Yeah.
or layer to the previous telling of the
Whoever's
story.
telling the story, it's filtered through a different lens.
Right.
Yeah, like I think Max is probably my favorite.
Oh, it's cinematic. It reminds me of Mack's Big Break, the ending of that episode.
Oh right, yeah. I was in the bathroom watching some jabroni's blood off my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this is like a top 10 episode, I think.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's very fun. Very fun.
Well, all right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, everyone who accidentally downloaded and is still listening. That is awesome. We appreciate that.
And we're talking to you, Gareth.
Oh, we're talking to you specifically. Thank you so
Gareth.
much. The one person that stuck with us. Thank you. And I guess
And
until next time,
suck you later. Always Sunnycast is not endorsed or affiliated with Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the FXX Network, or Philadelphia. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of Eric Regan and Ross Northrop. Email thoughts, questions, suggestions, corrections, or things we just plain forgot to alwayssunnycastpod@gmail.com. And if you have a moment, please rate, subscribe, and review the podcast. And as always, thanks for listening, you jabronis.